Money Monday is sponsored by Husky Financial.
The goalpost has changed for some borrowers in the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. The program designed to provide indebted professionals a way out of their federal student loan debts. Well, here to share what this means, let's welcome back Leslie Tayne, debt resolution attorney at the Tayne Law Group. Great to have you back.
Thank you for having me.
So this program has been around for some 15 years. Can you give us a little bit of the history behind it and why it was created?
So this program was originally rolled out in 2007, and borrowers, it was limited, and borrowers only qualified for forgiveness if they had very specific type of loans called a direct loan and made payments under a 10-year repayment plan or selected what's called income-driven repayment plan.
Okay, so there have been some changes since then due to the pandemic. So what new life has it taken on since 2020?
So the latest update now is that more borrowers will qualify under the relief, under what's called a limited waiver. The program expansion runs through October 31st, 2022, and borrowers must take any required action before that date. So under the limited waiver, it doesn't matter what type of federal student loans the borrower has or which repayment plan they're enrolled in. However, you still need to have a qualifying employer and make 10 years worth of qualifying payments to receive the forgiveness.
Can you give me a few examples of who a qualified employer would be?
A qualified employer is a not-for-profit or government agency, and they have to submit a certificate from that qualifying employer as well with the application.
Okay, so in any capacity, an employee of one of these types of organizations could potentially qualify for this loan forgiveness.
Yes, that's true. And under that, like I said, under the limited waiver, it really doesn't matter what type of federal student loan. It just has to make sure that that is a qualifying employer. Also, the prior period of repayment will count. So what's different under this waiver is that they are allowing for previous payments made. So, and regardless of the loan program that you might have been in before, and regardless of the type of repayment plan, or whether the payment has been made in full or on time. So those are very key differences between now and what the waiver changes are now and what they were.
A couple things I want to ask you about. All right, so these are for federal student loans, not private loans. You gave me a cautionary tale earlier about someone who took one of those types of jobs only to find out that she didn't qualify because her loans were private. But what if you have, say, versus a Department of Education loan, something through Navient? What are the questions that people should be asking their companies that they're borrowing from? If at all, that they qualify?
It's important to ask your loan servicer first what type of loan that you have. It's really important to know the difference between a federal loan, a private loan, and a federally backed loan. So the programs will change depending on the type of loan you have. Asking questions is really important. If you don't understand it and you're not sure, ask for a different person to speak with or hang up and call back. Ask questions, advocate for yourself. First question, what kind of loan do I have? Is this a federal loan or a federally backed loan? What type of loan do I have? And if you ask the question, does this loan qualify for a public student loan forgiveness? And the answer is no. Ask the next question, which is, what can I do to make this loan qualify? Or is there anything I can do? Can I consolidate the loan and make it a direct loan? Or can I put it into a different type of loan so that it would qualify? Continue to ask a couple of questions. If you continue to get the answer no, and there's no options, then you have your answer.
Interesting. And can you do those things? Can you actually take one type of federal loan and consolidate it into, say, one of these direct loans?
You can. So if you have what's called a federal family education loan, FFEL, then you have to consolidate that debt into a direct loan. It can be done for free, and all previous payments will count towards the forgiveness, so you won't lose anything by doing it. If you already have what's called a direct loan, but haven't submitted the employer certification forms for previous years, you have to do so before the waiver expires. So if you worked for a previous employer for 9 or 10 years and you made payments, it's important to send that in. Again, if you're not sure, reach out to the servicer, ask questions, make sure that you're getting all the paperwork in that you need to get in before the time frame ends.
Okay, with just 10 seconds left, a resource where people can go if they have continued questions on this.
So you can certainly contact the Department of Education directly or your loan servicer. Federal loans have been in forbearance now through the CARES Act the last couple of years. That's going to be ending shortly. You'll receive information in the mail. You can contact your servicer that way as well.
Perfect. Leslie Tayne, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Great information. We're back after this.
Money Monday is sponsored by Husky Financial.